Right, let's move on, shall we? Talk about the NHS. Hundreds of thousands of health workers are now being balloted to go on strike within the NHS. This is the Unison Union, and I'm very pleased that I managed to string that sentence together. I can tell you that obviously includes nurses, paramedics, porters and cleaners, etc. You know, I'll start with you, Kevin, on this one, because we've seen strikes now in so many different industries and all the rest of it. That person is going to be in trouble, everyone, in the break. You wait till you see what I do to them for leaving their phone on, everyone. But Kevin, back to you. So NHS workers, do you think that they should be able to go on strike?
They should be able, but strikes are a last resort. I think everyone in listening, watching here tonight will be terrified that any strikes would damage or put people's health at risk. But ultimately, they've got no other avenue left often. And I reckon most people here have got first or second-hand experience about how tough things are in the NHS. So as a last resort, yes, people should have the right, but I don't think anybody would welcome it.
No? Charlotte?
I don't think they should be going out on strike, no. I think it's dangerous. I think it will make a very poor situation in terms of people being able to access healthcare. You know, we already know we've got 7 million people on waiting lists for care. We know there are elderly people who can't get crucial operations. We know there are, you know, families who can't get a GP appointment. So if across the board health professionals go out on strike, not only does it put the, you know, immediate healthcare risk, but it's also going to make worse the fact that people are already on long waiting lists for care. But I think it's also worth understanding why it is that they are voting or will be voting to go on strike. So this is about pay. And I think if you look at particularly the lower paid end of the health service, because let's remember, for a doctor in a hospital, a consultant, the average pay for them is well over £100,000 a year. So I don't have that much sympathy for them wanting, you know, inflation level pay increases. But for something like a hospital porter, you know, the lower paid nurses, you know, even junior doctors, actually, the starting salary for junior doctors is pretty low. And, you know, they are struggling. But also so is the rest of the country who are in those low-paid jobs, and they don't have the option to go out and strike. You know, cleaners, I imagine, in this bar aren't going out on strike because, but I doubt they're getting inflation or above inflation. They might be if there was in a union. They may well be, but the point is they don't have that choice. And, you know, nurses, the settlement for health professionals in general, which is recommended by an independent pay board, is just below 5%, which is very slightly below what the average pay increase is for the private sector. What the nursing body has actually asked for is 5% above inflation. And you know who pays that? Taxpayers. So where does that money come from to have really high pay increases? It's not there. If you go for really high pay increases, you have to take that money out of other parts of the health budget. So yes, I want to see low-paid health workers paid more. Actually, for the lowest paid nurses, they're getting almost 10% pay bump, so that's pretty good. But you know what? For very well-paid GPs, very well-paid consultants in hospitals, no, I don't think they should be going out on strike. I don't think they should be getting more money.
Let me ask